Hello, I am going to go over my full farm run. And as I'm going along, I'm going to tell you why I do it. So, long story short, this is geared towards people that would like to make some PVM supplies for high level PVM. But these runs will also net you money. But for the most part, I use these for PVM supplies. So let's get started. First thing I do is summon a Wobble Tinger. This gives you double harvest from bush patches. So I summon that. Wait. First patch I'm going to go to is the Candrid Monastery. Collect from the bush patch. Rock Lodestone. I grow mangoes here. These are used for Primal Feast, which are helpful in high enraged Telos, hard mode Zuck when using a Ripper, etc. Harvest the bush patch here. Teleport to Port Sarum. Also use a chipped house teleport tab to go to Remington. There's going to be another bush patch here. I'm going to use my Grace of the Elves to go to a fairy ring. I'm going to code CKS. Open my seed bag. And I'm going to take out 2 tomb shrooms. This is so I have food to feed the Zagamites. I also grow Morchella mushrooms here. But right now I'm doing breeding logs, so I do that. Teleport with your quiver to the mushroom patch. Okay. Next stop, Spirit Tree Rooter, option 7. You do have to grow a Spirit Tree here, I believe. But you can also use Luck of the Dwarfs to get here. Harvest from the bush patch. Go back to the tree and teleport to option 2. Now we're going to collect from fruit trees. I like to do coconuts for weapon poisons. You can do papayas. You don't have to replant these. They will grow back. Go back to the spirit tree, option 1. Teleport to Herblore Habitat. Teleport to Karamja Lodestone. Teleport to Letia. Teleport to the Mara District. Melior or whatever it's called. Okay. Next place is going to be Kryptonus Lodestone. Harvest from the Crystal Tree. While I'm here, I like to bank as well. Okay. Next place we're going is grapevine or hops patches. What I grow there is grapevine seeds. This gives me access to all of the god wines, but what we're really looking for is the Saradomin wines to make super Sara brews. I do use ultra compost on all of these patches. I find it increases the yield pretty substantially. For this, you do need protein planks. Open the seed bag. Remove 12 grapevine seeds. There is another patch on Entrana, if you would like to go there, but I think it's too much of a pain in the ass to go there, so I just don't. Teleport to the Sears Village Lodestone and run north. Okay, Lodestone. Each one of these grapes is worth about 90K at the moment. The Sara grapes. I usually don't mess with the Zami or the Guthix grapes, but that is extra profit as well. I have probably close to 10K in my bank each of those. Teleport to the Alcarid Lodestone. Here I have regular dragon fruit growing. This is another one that you don't have to replant. Regular dragon fruits are about 25K a piece, and they're used for a primal feast. Walk around to the pool arena. You'll notice that we skipped a fruit tree earlier. We're going to come back to that shortly. Teleport to Minifos Lodestone. These next two patches I'm going to, you have to do a little bit of work to build them, I believe, but it does not take long. See the dragon fruits there are 19K, but they sell for much more than that. As well as the mangoes. The GE price on the mangoes is, I believe, like 8 or 9K, but those also sell for upwards of 20K. And you get, I believe, 12 per harvest with the Wapeltinger. Next place we're going is the Anachronia Lodestone. If you have a Totem of Abyss, I would recommend putting that next to this next batch we're going to. Go to the outpost. You're going to go west. Okay. Teleport to Trollheim. Right now I'm growing Arbucks, so I'm going to take Arbuck seeds out of my seed bag. Take 6. Drink my Juju potion, just the regular one. Begin harvesting. Okay. Option 5 on the crystal teleport seed to the Cyware district. The herb and a bush patch here. I use porters obviously to make this run a lot faster and less of a pain in the ass. So harvest from those 2 patches. While I'm here, I like to use the bank again. Don't need the planks anymore. Don't need the spirit tree anymore. Next place we're going is Catherby. That fruit tree that we skipped earlier is down here. For weapon poisons as well, it's advised that out of the 5 bush patches, that you make at least 2 of them, 2 to 3 with poison ivy berries. If you want to 100% Iron Man it, I just have all of mine mangoes currently because I'm trying to make more Primal Feast, and I have quite a few poison ivy berries stocked up from previously. Just remember to always use the Wapeltinger familiar. Now we're moving on to some of the allotment patches. Real quick, this harvest potion allows you to get the spectacular produce or whatever the hell it's called from just regular seeds. These are also used in Primal Feast. Today I'm going to be planting strawberries, but just take a look at which produce makes the best money if you're doing it for money. If you're doing it for Primal Feast, you'll obviously have to rotate. So make sure you drink your harvest potion. I'm going to go ahead and harvest the herbs as well. If you have the white lily flower unlocked, you can plant that. You can plant that in the flower patch to never have any of your allotments die. Okay. So drink the harvest potion and begin harvesting. 140 watermelon, which is kind of low, honestly. I've gotten upwards of 350, and just that's 182k. It cost almost nothing to plant. Okay, next spot, Mortania. So I try to do this run once every 2.5 hours or so. I don't always succeed at that. Some days I don't do it at all, but this is one of the very few dailies that I do, and it allows me to save a ton of money on PVM supplies. Another thing I grow is spirit weeds, and I obviously make spiritual prayers. Cockatrice eggs are cheap now, and it's, basically profitable with brooch and starting out with summoning potions, working your way up. I recently made an alt, put a brooch on the alt, and all it does is just make my potions while I PVM. So. So you can see we didn't harvest regular watermelons, we harvested golden watermelons, and these are actually some of the cheaper Primal Feast items. Okay. Next one is going to be cabbage port. Hey, sorry about that. Recorder stopped, but go ahead and replant. And then we're going to harvest the Arbucks. Okay, last stop is going to be Artie. Right now I'm doing the breeding logs, but typically what I like to do is I have babysitters on the large pens. I buy dragon eggs, and I have 4 dragons in the breeding pen, and I collect them at adolescent and sell them for beans. Um, and then I use beans to buy instant growth potions, sun dry and leafy. The sun dry are for the god graves, the leafy are for the herbs. Right now I'm doing breeding logs, so my pins are not set up that way. After this last patch, I will show you some of the benefits of staying on top of this. I also keep and clean a lot of my herbs from PVM. I do have a lot of herblore supplies right now that I've farmed on my alt. because it's currently making a lot of things, but I will show you at least kind of some of the things that I've collected over time. And then obviously I end here, that way I can check all of my animals and things. Okay. So, as far as primal feasts go, you can see that here. 2,500 onions, strawberry. So I'll just take these out. The mangoes. A lot of these sell for higher than what they're listed. That should be it on that end. My herblore tab. Um, you want to have Varnosaurs in your player and your Anachronia medium pin so you can get poison slime for the weapon poison. Poison ivy berries. All of these can be turned into wine. So this right here is almost 7,000 Zami wines. This is 5,700 Guthix wines. 245 Super Saras, but I also have almost 3.5k Sarah wines there. You can see I keep a lot of my herbs here. Obviously, Dino Roars I keep. Adrenaline Crystals I keep from PVM. Um, see, coconuts. This coconut milk is the coconuts broken down into the stuff for the weapon poison. You combine that with Cave Nightshade, which I need to collect more. And then that turns into all of these weapon poisons. Um, Down here, you can see I'm in the process of making brews. I did farm quite a bit of toad flax. I do have a lot of these on my alt. I have about 20,000 brews I'm making on my alt. This is for spiritual prayers. Um, let's see. What else do we have here? So just to give you a very rudimentary idea of how much this stuff can stack up. And this is not from very long either. I go through this stuff rather quickly. You can see a majority of the money comes from your grapevines, and this does not include any of the herbs that I farm other than just the Arbuck. There are several other herbs in my bank that I have farmed, but I just can't be bothered to price check everything. But it takes very little time during the day, and it has a very large benefit. So I would definitely recommend doing it. Again, this is my preset. Just a few extra porters to top it off. Wapple Tinger Familiar is very important if you're doing bush patches. Protein planks for the grapevine patches. But that does not belong in there. But anyways, that is what I would recommend. That I had a lot of people asking what I did for my farm runs, so I figured I would just record it, get it out of the way. But it helps me support my PVM hours. So, anyways, alrighty. Well, take care, and if you have any questions, just shoot me a message on Discord or comment or whatever.